Hi guys, this is a watch I wanted to review because when I was looking for information about this and watching reviews on YouTube about this watch, I didn't find many reviews that would talk about all the information that I wanted to hear when I wanted to buy it. So I decided to make a video about it. This is the Oceanus OCW-S100-1AJF. The Oceanus is a premium line of Casio, and the goal with this line was to mix the technology and high efficiency with high quality and attention to detail that you usually see with high-end watches. Let's get the measurements out of the way. This is a 41.5 millimeters including the crown. Then lug to lug is 46 millimeters. The bracelet is 22 millimeters, and it tapers down to 19 millimeters. The material of this watch is titanium carbide, so this is not the common titanium. Titanium usually scratches very easily. This, on the other hand, is the hardest material used on high-end watches. It was developed first by Casio, which is a brand that usually here in America people don't really give the same credit as other high-end watches. So titanium carbide is an extremely hard refractory material similar to tungsten carbide. And on a scale of MOHS 1 to 10, where diamond is a 10, this titanium is a 9 to 9.5, so you can imagine how scratch resistant this material is. It's not just very scratch resistant, it's also very light and very comfortable to wear, not to mention it's highly corrosion resistant. It also helped the radio waves to be received inside the watch, which I'll get to in a moment. It has a blue sapphire crystal with a non-reflecting coating. It is a 100 meter resistant. It has a solar battery. It uses the proprietary Neo Bright Lume on the hands and the markers, which is very remarkable, and it looks perfectly even applied. Here's a picture of the Blu-ray 2 and the Oceanus on the side for reference. It is radio control, so this watch will get synchronized with the atomic clock and readjust the time to the second and the date. So this makes it the most accurate type of wristwatch in the world. Mechanical watches usually lose or gain within 5 to 10 seconds a day if they're good. Then there's quartz, which they lose around 0.5 seconds a day. And then there's these kind of watches. There's more kinds. For example, there's the Grand Seiko Sprint Drive, which loses only 5 seconds a year, and there's the Velova Accutron, which loses or gains 10 seconds a year. But this one right here, it's 0 seconds per day because it gets readjusted every night. So the precision on this watch is totally the best. It will always be on the second. You can get higher than that, and it will be another Oceanus, for example, the Seiko Astron, that is a hybrid GPS and atomic, but it's not really more precise. What it does is just that increases the efficiency of the time receiving. So basically, when the GPS signal is stronger, the watch prioritizes the GPS receiving capability. If the radio signal is stronger, then it will prioritize the atomic radio wave receiving signal. Moving on. There is a low power indicator when the battery is low, and the second hand will jump 2 seconds. It has a 12-month power reserve and a full charge battery, and if you leave it on the wardrobe, all the hands will come up to the 12 o'clock position. The watch will get in a sleeping mode, and the battery can last up to 3 years in that mode. It has the same Gshocks movement, so this watch will not be affected if you drop it or bang it against some surface. The metal bracelet has a very nice clasp, very solid, very well machined, and it has 1 micro adjustment. It doesn't have a stamp clasp that you usually see on lower quality watches. It has a clasp that you usually see on higher end watches, and it has solid end links that are also usually seen in higher quality watches. It's extremely comfortable, and actually this watch is the most comfortable watch I've tried. And these watches use a traditional Japanese polishing method called saratsu. So there is a polished bezel, a polished crown, and Then on the case there is a brushed area on the top and on the side, but in between the edges there is a polished area as well. On the case back there is a brush finish while there's polishing on the edges. Something remarkable that I found is that this button right here is brushed, but it has polishing finishes on the sides. Also, I forgot to mention that on the pushers on the clasp they are polished. Another remarkable thing is that there is a small polishing on the upper edge of the bracelet. It is not so easily visible, but in the right lighting these areas will pop out. And the way the bracelet is designed is in such a way that these polishing areas will not have contact with another part of the bracelet. I really like the design of the bracelet. It has two types of link sizes, the full size links and the smaller links, to make better adjustments. Coming back to the face of a watch, this watch has some killer features that makes this watch looks beautiful. For example, on the hour markers and on the second hand, just part of a second hand, there is a type of material. Casio doesn't specify for this model what kind of material it is. It could be also titanium, but it is blue IP ionized. So this watch on the right lighting, this blue will pop out and it will totally look great. Also, you can notice on the right lighting the blue sapphire on the edges of a crystal, and also the same IP coating, it's applied on the logo of the Oceanus. Everything in this watch is very precise, nothing is misaligned. The second hand hits every single marker. You can really tell there's a lot of attention to detail into this watch. I can't recommend it enough. If you like it, I would totally encourage you to get it. Although the only problem is that you can't get it in the US. You have to buy it in Japan because these watches are only for domestic market. Okay, well, alright guys, so thank you for watching. If you like this video, just give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see more material like this. I can review other watches that I have in my collection. If you have more questions, put them down below and I'll make sure to answer all your questions that you have about this watch. Alright, well, thank you for watching. Have a good one.